Alright, so let's talk to a bunch of people here in the encampment. Let's start with this serious lad over here. No! Stop it! The tower is evil! It turns us all evil! I don't want to hear it! Leave me alone! Well, that's a reasonable response because all the people got traumatized from the tower, and the fact that it's gonna be reactivated again, that's gonna open old wounds real quick. Okay, let's try this threatening lady over here. Flee! The tower isn't right! I tell you! Oh, those magics! Years ago, when I lived in the provinces, the local razed our village to the ground with that stuff. Make things appear and disappear and fly and burn! Can I still see it with my closed eyes? You've done us a good turn, my dear, but let us not talk about the tower any longer. It's unnatural. Alright, so that's 2 out of 5. 3 more to go. Let's try the over here. This person. Oh no, that's Melia's. Wait, there's a person in the cable car? Yep. A contemplative citizen. It kind of reminds me of Thankful a little bit. The Tower of Babel? But what's it gonna do with the void sin? I can't say I understand. Still, your people have done much more for us Garleans. If you say it is necessary, then that's good enough for me. Wow, we found one reasonable person out of the people we've been talking to. That's a shocker. Okay, next person, Malleus. Activate the Tower of Babel? Are you out of your mind? That abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear that bloody thing down. Well, at least you found one good person, except he is very adamant of not turning that thing on, or even worse, destroy the damn tower. Alright, last person, Pepparia? I really like their current clothing. I wonder, wait, is that what I think it is? I don't know. I'll probably look it up later. Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once a pride of Garlean. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Garlean people be its caretakers instead of the foreigners? Though if you dare to speak thus to some of the contingent, they might take assumption, cut our nation or worse. No. Forget I said anything. Please! You don't need to worry about that. My lips are sealed. Alright, now we need to go up there. Wait a minute, is this the same place where Julius took me when he was talking about his family? I think it is. I don't know why he chose this area for our discussion. Julius is on his way with the others. I hope you found the people more receptive than we did. Unfortunately, they weren't too receptive, except for one person at least. Well, the gang's all here, with a couple other people. Artorius, may I present to you Lord Guineus and Metius, magistrate of our political council. They have been spearheading the efforts of establishing a new system of the government here. When we raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until we joined by a representative of the Ishbar contingent. I see Aphanon and Alice have yet to arrive, though, so perhaps we should wait for them. It doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The tower is a manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once abode by the Imperial family, and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It's insulting enough that we have to suffer foreign occupying it under the guise of rendering aid, and now you're proposed reactivating it? Nay, we had enough. The Garlean of old may have fallen, but she fell in civil war to her own people, not to yours, nor to any other land. We came to assess our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlean, and all that lies within her bounds, is bolden to no one. Well, in that case... Well, we got the quest done. Like fear to flame. That was simple enough. I'm expecting it to be a little bit longer. Right, next one is the Fallen Empire. Well, since their excellencies are involved with the negotiation with the contingent, I will escort him to Tritium. I will also instruct Aphanon and Alice to meet us there. Lord Metius, Lord Genius, by your leave, my comrades and I will speak with the residents of Sentinus. Though the Ishbar contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wish for it to be reactivated, and thus I think it meets that I be present for this discussion. Yet, my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of the dreams for the future, is surely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I only wish to identify common ground upon which we might build a relationship that see us overcome our indifferences. Or differences. Very well, but know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premises, should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. Sure thing. Well, if that is settled then, you should all head to Sentinus. I will join you there and see if their excellency's safe return. Okay. Alright, so we're going way over here now. Alright, here we are. And there is Varshahn. Here it is, Sentinus, a temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I am given to understand that outsiders are not normally permitted so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. Well, I hope it'd be worth the trouble at least. As do I, Zero. As do I. Well, let's enter the Sentinus. It's actually almost exactly the same as the last area. To begin, I suppose we split up and ask the residents of their views of the Ishbar contingent and the current affairs of their state. We will also do well to learn more of their enslavement itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it to mind. Though it is open heart and open minds that I believe we may convince their leaders to work with us for their greater good. Well, hopefully. Alright, let's start over here. Pile crates. The stockpile of assorted supplies bears marking indicating they were provided by the Ishbar contingent. The Enclave is clearly reliant upon alliance for aid. Alright, one down. It's the farthest one, so what's the one over here? Pelagia. That's a nice name. You want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I say this much, our leader labors to preserve our culture, our way of life, what remains of it, at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlean. Well, loyalty to the end, I guess. Okay, next one, Biro of Stellarium. You recognize the large casket as the very same you and your comrades used to transport Stellarium from Lapis Malis. Why are they still in Setanus is still unclear. And indeed is a good question. Now we need to talk to Marcus. How would I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say at least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies. I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever, and there's no denying that it chaps to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. Well, so much for that. Well, now we need to talk to Varshahn to see if he has any luck on his end. Finished touring the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? Oh, well, for starters, a lot of people still don't like the idea of, reopening the Tower of Babel and whatnot, and the fact that the Enclave has complete control of the Palace of Garlean. Well, much the same as me then. They accepted the contingent help out of necessity, and harbor a measure of resentment. Well, Zero, I am sure the people of Garlean could easily refuse the aid from the contingent, but without that aid alone, I am pretty certain they won't be able to survive since they just had a civil war or civil unrest in their nation thanks to Zero of all people. How many times must I tell you? It's absolutely out of the question! Well, it appears someone's arguing with someone, so let's investigate and see what they're arguing about. Okay, so what's going on here? And of course Julius comes into action. What's going on? Well, we were wondering the very same thing. We came running as we heard shouting. Is it not the matter? Oh, no. I was just trying to explain. Ah, mayhap you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. It concerns the magic weapons which run amok throughout the region of Ubersia. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we propose the elimination of all machina that loiters near the supply route. But you heard him. They refuse to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken on this matter. Rampant or no, those warmockers are Garlean assets. Furthermore, who is it to say they are as dangerous as you attest? It has been suggested this could be a pretense to scavenge magic materials for their own ends. I know not if that is the case, but the fact remains, we cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous! But they have spoken. Unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's naught we can do. Yada yada. How complicated relations become when not grounded in clear and credible arrangements. Unquenchable arrangements. Of course! Why, I didn't think about that. Well, I do understand the difficulty of your position. As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take change in this matter? By all means, sir. How's that sound to you, lad? Well, I don't know, but go for it. Well, if the commander says so, then I'll do it. Now we have an agreement. Let us turn to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Oh, back to the Broken Glass it seems. Okay, let's go to Camp Broken Glass. Teleportante. Cristo Grande. Okay, here we are. Honestly, I can just use my mount, but it's very close anyway. Alright, Maximus, what do you got for us? Welcome back, all of you. I pray there's been positive developments in your efforts to appeal the Garlean community. Well, about that. May have, or not. But there has been a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As Strap, I tend to propose a trade agreement between Varshahn and the people of Garlean. Wait, what? You want to establish a trade agreement with the Garlean Empire? Well, please continue. Thank you, Commander Lucia. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. That they have been able to survive thus far thanks to the Ishbar contingent, or rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. It's no surprise that some of the Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners, for fear of indebting themselves further, or surrendering more of their already limited autonomy. This is why I wish to present them with an incredible arrangement. One that will restore them to a sense of urgency after being forced to rely on charity. That's not a bad idea, Varshahn. That way we can establish new trade agreements with Garlean and then in turn help them rebuild their nation from the ground up. Well, easier said than done. What exactly do you have in mind? Long have the Garlean and Varshahn abided by a treaty of non-interference, ready to have been traded with one another, and I wish to but continue this tradition. We will provide your people with much supplies as you require, in return for which you will grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your magic resources and expenditures. As it become more reliant upon your technology, we of course require more Solarium to fuel them. This you possess in abundance. And for it to be duly compensated, Varshahn's culture will be enriched by your magic wonders. And our ever-increasing demands for your wares will see Garlean grow wealthy and prosperous. Only when both sides keep an interest of one another's mind can the incredible relationship be forged. This is a principle I once thought I understood, but some come to appreciate it all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Yep, he's talking about you, Zero. Thanks for the inspiration. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration for Garlean's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Varshahn were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense of my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiation at Thirteenth. Your support may be instrumental in winning over the Lord Genius and Mitius. Well, by all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operation, so I too shall hear me to Thirteenth. Alright, so now let's go to Thirteenth and convince these two warlords that this proposition will be beneficial for Garlean as a whole. Alright, here we are. Mitius and Genius. Alright, let's continue. Alright, the gang's all here. A crowd you may have brought, but those numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Battle is ours by right, and not you due to convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlean. Let us instead discuss the future instead. As the strap of Varshahn, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lord. Sooner or later, we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must secure a means to replenish our coffer, and the proposed agreement presents a rare opportunity. It is true we do not want for our magic and stellium and foreign currency to be needed to procure such things as we lack. It would depend on the precise term, but I can see there is merits. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing! You serve the Emperor! We're a proud patriot, yet now you entertain selling national resources like a common merchant? Like you, I weep for what we have lost. But we were to rebuild Garlean. We must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense! Utter nonsense! You are a traitor, Genius, and there will be reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of citizens learn of this, they will cut you out for your own blood. Well, so much with the trade agreement with Varshahn. Lord Mitius, wait! Isn't safe out there? Well, I can understand he doesn't want to sell national resources to Varshahn, but if they don't do that trade agreement, then there's no future for Garlean. Thank you guys for watching this recording session on Fantasy XIV Endwalker, main MSQ for 6.1 and onwards. If you have any comments, you can put them down below the video as well. If you like this video, please click the like button. It's very much appreciated. And if you're curious for future uploads in the near future on my YouTube channel, you can give them a look. And if you like the content that's been uploaded there, you can probably subscribe. If not, that's also right. But if you're going to, don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified for new videos that get uploaded on my YouTube channel. And of course, I have 3 projects which are going on with my channel, which are of course Fantasy XIV Grey, Trial of MSQ Rockets, Jump Because Minions Bounce, and secondly, which will be of course FGONA for the
the Lost Spell 3 to 4, probably 6 down the line, the event quests, the role videos, and the challenge quests, which are slowly but surely coming to my channel. And lastly, to say the least, which will be Fire Emblem Three Houses. I can't wait to get back to playing Fire Emblem. And with that, this has been Ravensleep 45. Take care, stay safe, and have a pleasant Final Fantasy XIV day.